Welcome, 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 welcome. I just felt like singing, y'all. Happy New Year. Welcome back to another episode of I Pick Passion. I'm so glad you guys are here with me today. You see me in all my red, my earrings, Hoop Mop. Shout out. Just wanted to, gotta shout out Hoop Mop. They're amazing. So yeah, you guys, I'm so glad you're here. It's New Year, new beginnings. We get another chance to do it over, y'all. 2024 is behind. 2025 is here. I hope that you're as excited as I am. The holidays are behind us. And, I gotta get this off my chest, y'all. It's winter. It's winter, y'all. The holidays are behind. I've always said, I say if we could just skip as soon as the holidays are over, right? If we could just get right back to the spring, summer, it would be amazing, y'all. Like, I would never complain, but it's winter and it comes with shorter days and colder nights and sometimes that lingering feeling of the winter blues, y'all. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Winter blues is real. For those that may not know, may not have ever experienced it, or just don't believe it's even true, believe it. Winter blues is real, y'all. While this season can feel heavy, I like to think of it as also a time to slow down, reflect, and gear up for what's next. And what's next is 2025 and everything that I know it has in store. And I pray that it's all good, y'all. All good. So for me, winter has always been a mix of emotions. I definitely feel the sluggishness but I also use it as a time to reset and really reflect on what I want for the new year. There's something about cozying up with my coffee or just sitting with my thoughts that makes me feel like I'm planting seeds for the months ahead. Just planning. It's like a planning season for me because not much else is going on. It's usually too cold to go out really. I'd be like, hey, I just want to hibernate. When it's cold, y'all, I can hibernate. I can stay inside and do absolutely and be fine. I can create my entire world inside of my home. That's just real. When it's cold, I'd be like, and I'm sure I'm not alone. If I'm not alone, please let me know. Drop it in. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if I'm not alone, that you feel the same. Like winter, you could just be like, you know what? I don't want to go nowhere. Like I'm cool right here. In this episode, we'll talk about the winter blues, what it is, why it happens, and some ways to navigate this season, okay? I'll also share some ways to use this season to set your intentions and goals for the new year without all the pressure that sometimes comes with resolutions. We've all heard resolutions, right? But before we jump in, I have some exciting updates. New artwork, y'all. New podcast artwork is dropping January 1. And I'm so excited for you all to see it. I worked so hard on this. Y'all have no idea how hard I worked on this artwork, trying to get it right, trying to figure out where I wanted to go with it. These last probably since the beginning of this month, or I don't know, I've been kind of getting into this rebrand or a soft rebrand, so to speak, or trying to figure out where I wanted to take this podcast, what I can do differently. I'm just kind of exploring that and in conversation with some amazing people that have been giving me some insight and some feedback. And so just super excited for you guys to see what I have come up with. And I hope that this is a perfect refresh as we head into the new year. So I'm very excited about it. Also, as you can see, I am visual. We have been trying this visual thing out. You'll start seeing more video content on all the platforms, on social as well as YouTube. It's a little nerve-wracking for me, I have to be honest, but we're doing it scared, right? I'm excited to connect with you in a whole new way. So we're going to get that going. All right. Now that you're in the loop, let's get into today's episode and talk about how we can tackle the winter blues and set meaningful goals for the year ahead. Let's start by talking about the winter blues. We got to start there, right? Many of us feel less energized during this season, and honestly, it's more common than you might think. The combination of less sunlight, colder weather, and the post-holiday lull can really take a toll on you. Scientifically, the lack of sunlight can disrupt our internal body clocks and lower serotonin levels, making us feel down or sluggish. Add in the fact that the holiday rush is over and it's easy to feel a little bleh during these months. I want to remind you, feeling this way doesn't mean something is wrong with you. A lot of us go through it. The key is to recognize it and find little ways to bring warmth and light into your days. Here are a few things that help me when I'm feeling stuck in that winter funk or meh feeling. Go outside during daylight hours, even if it's just for 15 minutes, right? Fresh air and sunlight does make a difference. Move your body. Move your body, y'all. It doesn't have to be intense stretching, walking, or dancing to your favorite playlist counts. I am a firm believer of just turning on some good music, and when I just start dancing, and I'll just dance around my apartment. Honestly, it is so it's a freedom. It's a freedom that you feel in that moment when you're just letting your body just move. The music just gets you. You feel it in your spirit. Whether that be sometimes I'm in the mood for some gospel, a little bit of gospel, a little bit of praise music, something that I'm feeling in that moment. And I have definitely had my share of those moments here. Or if I'm just feeling like, honestly, y'all, you know what's been really getting me? And this might be kind of like, well, really, I don't dance to this, but the Lion King soundtrack. The Lion King Broadway musical soundtrack, to be specific. Like I'm a Broadway girl. I love theater and all of that. I've always had a love for it. And so, but recently, especially after my trip to New York back in October, if y'all haven't seen the vlog, go check it out. After my trip for my birthday in October, and I went to see two Broadway plays for the first time, I had a whole new love and respect for it that I had never had. Like, I always loved it, and I knew I was always a fan and I always respected that art and the craft. But when I actually went to those plays, I was obsessed. First of all, I went to see Lion King and I was obsessed, okay, for the second time, because I saw it also here at home, but I saw it on Broadway in New York, and it was absolutely, oh my God, y'all, nothing short of amazing. Nothing short of amazing. So ever since then, if I'm honest, when I'm in a mood or if I'm just feeling like, and I need a little bit of a light in my life in that moment, I'm feeling overwhelmed or whatever it may be, that soundtrack has a way of lifting my spirits that I don't even understand or know. It's something about the feeling of the music and the African music that I hear and the rhythm and the congos and the all of the things, and something about the sound and just the rhythm, the cadence of everything about that soundtrack is so amazing. Honestly, y'all, find something that just lifts your spirit. That's the point, right? It doesn't have to be. It could be maybe some Whitney Houston, because I be in the mood sometimes for some good old Whitney Houston to dance around. I want to dance with somebody, and I just be dancing. Whatever it is that gets you in the mood and set your soul on fire, find that to help you to help you through the winter blues, right? To get past this whole season, find it and lock into it. Also create cozy rituals. So like, for instance, in the morning, first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I light a candle. That is something that I personally, it's the aromatherapy for me. It's something about looking at that candle and having that lit just does something for me on the inside. So that is something that I intentionally do every single day I'm home. I make sure that I do that. So find something that just, again, that does it for you. So that's a part of my daily cozy rituals. And get a warm drink like my coffee. Yeah. A good book or whatever it may be. Find something good on TV. Like, that's my thing. Finding a good Christmas movie, like, for instance, while we were going through the holiday season or Christmas time, that was something that I found very soothing for me, is just to turn on a good Christmas movie and get into it, lock in, and it's amazing. Amazing, y'all. And to be honest, ain't nothing wrong with watching a good Christmas movie even after Christmas. I know we're in the new year, but hey, if that's what does it for you, get into it, okay? It's just the small joys. Whatever brings you small joys, find it and lock into it, y'all. The winter can also be a great time to lean into creative outlets. Journaling, painting, or even rearranging your space can help light your mood, or help lift your mood. So get into it, y'all. Get into it. For me, I have found adult coloring books to be amazing. very amazing. They are, a lot of people, I was having a conversation with someone and they, made a comment that, it's what are you going to do as an adult coloring? Like, why? Like, very negative. And I'm like, you don't even understand that coloring, how and I researched, and what I did was I pulled up the receipts. I pulled up because I said, okay, because this is not a me thing. I'm not just making this stuff up or saying that this is something, even though I quite enjoy it, but I actually have researched and I actually know the research behind it, and it is helpful for adults. People can actually benefit from coloring as adults, So some people might think it might be childish or whatever. Who cares what they think? The negative comments, we can leave them. I don't need your negative comments. This is something positive and it's beneficial for me. And if you do the research, which I did pull up those receipts and I sent it to them, and then we didn't have much to say at that point because there are great benefits behind coloring. So as an adult, and I personally, a matter of fact, I might even, it's a brand that I forgive me, her name is slipping right now, but she has coloring books and she has this affirmation book. Matter of fact, I think she has one dropping in January. But is for Black women. All the thumbs up. Her coloring book is amazing. So get you some good coloring pencils. Get you those melanin coloring pencils because we gotta color. We gotta color all the shades of us. And so, I will link her Instagram. I will link her information in the show notes because I feel like it's something beneficial that her brand, she needs to be shouted out and given her roses and her flowers because quite frankly, her brand is amazing. And shout out to Black women, and just all the things. So yeah. Find you something creative, a great pastime or something that you just, start a podcast. Okay. Start the podcast. Start whatever it is creative that's an outlet for you. Find it and lean into it. Find it and lean into it. And don't forget the power of connection. Sometimes a quick check-in with a friend or family member can really brighten your day. So, and you never know, it could brighten your day, but it could also brighten theirs. So you never know just reaching out to someone what it can do for them in this season as well. I love that winter naturally feels like a pause, right? It's the perfect time to reflect on what worked and what didn't in the past year. So what did work and what did not work. Instead of rushing into resolutions, let yourself ease into the new year with intention, okay? Here's the difference. Goals are often results driven. Things like get a new job or save money. Intentions focus on how you want to feel or how you want to show up, okay? For example, a goal is I want to get fit. An intention is I want to feel stronger and take care of my body. So it's more intentionality than just saying, hey, this is on the surface. This is what I want to do. It digs deeper, right? So think about your passions. How can you align your goals with what lights you up, right? If you love writing, maybe it's starting that blog. If you're into wellness, it might be creating space for self-care rituals. Key to not feeling overwhelmed by goals is to break them into small, actionable steps. For example, if you want to save money, start by tracking expenses for 1 month. If you want to get fit, commit to moving for 10 minutes a day. So start small. A lot of times we want to jump straight in and we want to shoot for the stars, but sometimes you're just starting small. Just starting, and you don't have to have it all. Just start and start small. Be reasonable with yourself. Here's the thing. Progress is better than perfection. If you stumble, that doesn't mean you failed. Growth happens in the process, not just at the finish line. So last year, I set a goal that I didn't fully achieve, but I realized I gained so much clarity and experience just by trying. That's the energy I'm bringing into this new year, grace and flexibility. And I have to say, y'all, I was kind of giving some thought to this actually recently, just a day or so ago, because if you did not know, I had an amazing interview with the amazing actor Kareem Grimes. The interview was so good, y'all. When I say so good, it was so good. 33 minutes of gems. I mean, just talking to him was truly a gift. And that is why I released it on Christmas Eve. However, the it that was released was not the full 33 minute episode, which I was so truly hurt by. But, in that I said, you know what? It's okay. Like, I picked up the pieces and I rolled with the punches and what I could do with what I had, right? So instead of crying over spilt milk, I said, you know what? It's fine. I don't have all of it. I don't have everything that I need, but I have what I have. And that's enough. And so if you haven't already, please go listen to the amazing 5 minutes that it was of the beginning of our conversation that was in high quality of Kareem and I together, our conversation. But then go over to my Substack. And my Substack has the full length interview, the transcription of the entire interview. So you can definitely get all the gems. It was too good for me to not pivot and find a way to get this information to you all, get the interview to you, because it was honestly too good. It was a gift to me, and I definitely wanted to gift it to the world. So to my dope community. So yeah, please go check that out, y'all. Please go support. But I say all that to say I'm in a season of pivoting. I noticed that in my life, and in this moment, I really I reflected. I was sitting back and kind of reflecting on my on where I am and what's happening right now, and in my life personally, the goals and things that I have for myself, and things that I want to do, and the things that I want to accomplish, and even on my full time, I do have a full time job, and I was thinking about that, and that's an entire pivot in itself. Everything that's going on right now is I'm pivoting, I'm making pivots, and okay, that didn't work. Okay, that's not working. All right, well, what else can I do? Okay, well, what's the next thing? Okay, well, I'm gonna use what I have and I'm gonna make this work. It's it's just an entire pivot, y'all, and it might not resonate with you, and it might not hit you as it hit me. But if you are in a season of pivoting, a pivotal season of your life, you will understand. It may resonate the same. But y'all, I'm just so excited about this season going into this new year. I'm gonna share a couple of things that I would like. Well, you already know a few. I'm leaning into being more visual. Of course, I have the vlogs, and of course I've been doing that, but I am actually leaning into, it may not be perfect, but hey, I'm figuring it out as I go. You see a mic in my hand. This is my first time actually using a mic, and I'm admittedly saying this on camera that I have yet to actually use a microphone, but I have had this microphone for a while now, as I knew I would start podcasting, I think before I even recorded my first episode. But I think I was intimidated by the microphone, or intimidated by just the whole process of starting this podcast, right? Actually committing to this podcast. So I kind of held myself back from the mic. And so now I'm actually using the microphone. I'm going to lean into using the mic. Okay. I'm going to lean into it. Visual. You're going to see me more. Besides my vlogs and my shorts and all the things that I may have on my YouTube channel, you're actually going to see me more when it comes to podcasting and with my guests and sitting down with them. You're going to see that, and then really eye to eye engaging. You can feel it more, and I had to think of myself. I had to think of it from a consumer standpoint, right? What I like to see. And for me, I can listen to a podcast, but you know what actually does it more for me? When I watch a podcast. Now, if I'm somewhere where I can't watch, like say I'm at work and I'm like, I want to listen to a podcast, right? I want to hear something like a podcast. I'll pull a podcast up and I'll listen to it. But if I'm at home, or if I'm in a place where I can, even at work sometimes, I will, while I'm working, I'll pull up a podcast on my phone and watch it. Or, more listening than watching because I'm working. But I have to say that I enjoy watching a podcast. It's nothing better than watching a podcast. Like, it's seeing their expressions on their face. It feels more relatable, and you just feel more of a connection when you watch it versus listen to it. So I had to think of it as from a consumer standpoint of myself. And I was like, okay, well, Erica, if this is what you like and what you enjoy, then think about what other people may actually enjoy as well. And so here I am, putting myself on camera for you guys. I hope you all enjoy this. Let me know. Please tell me in the comments. Let me know if y'all enjoy the visuals. If it's better than you listening and you actually enjoy watching the podcast, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate hearing it. and knowing if you're more a listener or if you're more of a visual. I want to know it. So yeah, I'm leaning into this. I'm leaning into the mic. Again, the new artwork. I already told you I am embarking on making some changes with the pod this year. And the artwork is the start of that. Being more intentional with the community that I'm building, who I'm reaching out to for the pod. Even though thus far I have done that, the guests that have been on the show, each and every one of them, there was intentionality with each and every one. And they were all amazing, all amazing. I could not say any more about the guests that I had on the show thus far, but into the new year, we in it even more. And I have every intention to make this podcast grow and to make this community grow. And so I appreciate you guys for sticking around and I just appreciate you guys for being so amazing and sticking along with me on this journey, because it can feel, if I'm honest, y'all, it can feel lonely. I said this before. This journey can feel lonely because you're like, okay, it's a slow burn when it comes to, building this community and growing your audience and consistency, being consistent. Because if I'm honest, I'm not always consistent, y'all. With my working out, I'll start that. I'll get on a bandwagon for a minute and I'll be like, oh yeah, I got it. And the next thing you know, I have fell off for some reason or another. And so I'm trying to be more consistent and not procrastinating as much, which I have definitely gotten better with my procrastination, because I have been a procrastinator in my past. But I try to be more intentional and not being a procrastinator these days. So yeah, I'm just so pleased and so happy with the direction and where I see this podcast going. And I'm still learning every single day. So this is nothing. Please don't look and expect this to be perfect, because if you're looking for perfection, please go look the other way, because you will not find perfection here. I'm just being candid, being honest, being real. You will not find it here. So, but again, I can't wait to talk to some new guests this year. This upcoming year is going to be amazing. And, I thought I love solo episodes are cool like this. Like, it's great. But you know what I enjoy more, and I've always knew that about myself, is I enjoy conversation. I enjoy talking to people on camera. Like, if I'm going to have some type of dialogue or a podcast or a radio show, because years ago, for me, it was like, oh, if I ever have my own radio show before podcasting. If I ever have my own radio show, I always wanted to co-host. And so for me, I know that I kind of need that conversation. I need conversation. I need the back and forth. I need the debate, or whatever the case may be. I need that for a podcast or in a radio podcast type of structure. That's what I like. So I enjoy talking to people. I am curious by nature. I'm always intrigued by other people and their stories and their journeys. This is a perfect platform for that. And so I love talking to people rather than the solo. The solo episodes are great. Sometimes you got to lean into that because that's a part of it. But I really enjoy talking to people. I am going to and meeting new people and all the things. So I say all that to say, I'm definitely going to lean into that this year and really putting together a list of people that I would love to reach out to, and that I feel like their stories will be amazing for you guys to hear, and you can be inspired and learn something and also be entertained by them. So I'm super excited for that. Stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. But yeah, I'm just starting off this new year. I'm gonna say this out loud for the very first time. I've never said this out loud ever. This is also, we're talking about goals and intentions and all the things and pivoting and all the things. So I'm gonna say this out loud. I've never said it out loud. Okay, but anyway, especially not to my community or to the world. Never said it out loud, guys. So I am going to LA for the very first time this next month. Well, this month, because as you're watching this, I will be about to go in a week. In a week, I will be going to LA. Super excited about it because it's for fun. It's a change. It's something different. I'm going for multiple reasons, right? I'm going for multiple reasons. I'm going for fun. My parents are going with me. So I'm super excited. You guys will see the vlog because I will be vlogging it. But I plan to have an amazing time and take my parents because they've never been either. So it's all of our first time. So it will be a great trip to start up the new year. I enjoy experiences with my parents. I enjoy experiencing things with them. As my parents are getting older, we're all getting older. It's fun to share and have those moments to reflect back that I can always cherish the experience. Like on my last episode, before the Kareem Grimes interview, the one before where I was talking about last minute practical gifts, my gift guide. On that episode, I talked about how experiences for me are better than gifts. And I have to stand by that. Like an experience can be a gift, but more than a gift that I can put my hands on or a pair of jeans, a pair of shoes, material things, I would rather experience something a memory that I can cherish and hold on to forever, right? For the rest of my life. And so doing this with my family, with my mom and my dad, is so exciting. It's fulfilling, and I can't wait. I can't wait to experience with it. At least all of our first times. I cannot wait and I'm so excited that we get to experience this together. I have a lot of things I already planned, a lot of fun things I want to do because believe it or not, I've never been to LA, but I feel like my spirit has been. Physically, I've never been to LA, but my spirit has always been in LA. And I have done my research and I know people that live in LA and I have followed people that live in LA. And so I felt like a part of me was always there. I always knew. So I feel like I'm going to know more, even though I've never physically been. I feel like I already know it, like I have been. So this will be exciting to actually put the things that I believe that I already know into action. And so I'm excited to meet up with a couple people, do some great fun activities and actually scout the city out, y'all. Because this is the part that I was saying that I never said out loud and actually to the people. Y'all, I have considered for a while moving to LA. I have considered that for quite some time. What I do as a full time, it's very wide. Okay. So I say that to say that my job is everywhere. I'll say that. What I do for a living is everywhere. So thank God for that, right? Thank God for that, for that option, for the flexibility, for the fact that my job is everywhere. So it's nothing for me to put a plan in action, do what I need to do to, you know. And so that's something I've been considering for quite some time is moving to LA. And so this is also a trip for me to see, in this Q1 to kind of like say, okay, is this something that is it somewhere that now that I've always felt inside of me and my heart and my spirit has always led me here. And I felt for a while that I'm being called to, here. Is it somewhere really like, okay, kind of, it's for research basis also. Base is research, but it's also for fun. And I'm so excited about the trip. So y'all stay tuned for the vlog, y'all. So it's going to be good. I'm excited to start off my year this way. And I pray that the year is filled with so many other amazing opportunities. And I pray that it is filled with joy and pivots and being open to the pivot and doing what I got to do to make things happen. And so I'm just excited about what this year, I pray this year brings. So you guys know a little bit about what's going on my way, what my intentions and my goals are for this year, that I can discuss with you guys at this moment. But now that you know my tea, I love to hear from you. What's one goal or intention that you're setting for this winter or the new year? Comment below. Or you can DM me, or I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Let's hold space for each other's growth, right? So here's a little challenge. Write down one small intention for this season. It can be as simple as take 5 minutes for myself every day or be more present with loved ones. It can be something simple, but remember, the winter blues don't define you. This season can be a powerful time to reset and reflect. Be kind to yourself. You're doing more than you realize. The new podcast artwork is dropping after January 1 or on January 1. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Plus, with the new visual content coming, you'll get to experience the podcast in a whole new way because we're kind of doing a soft rebrand and, defining the pod. You'll see. You guys will see. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned. And so if this episode resonated with you, share with a friend who might need some winter encouragement. And if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss the new visuals and fresh look coming in the new year. So again, I do appreciate you guys for being here. Stay tuned. Next week, we're diving into a little bit of a solo Q&A for the new year. So that should be fun. Until then, take care of yourself and keep leaning into what lights you up. Be blessed, y'all.